This is 1-2 Radio, changing the way you listen to the world. My name is Erica Longden, and today I'm your host as we look forward to 2023. Hello, come on in, get around the predictions table and let's take a look at the road and where we're going for the next year. My name is Erica Longden. I'm an advisor on 1-2 Listen and also your host here on 1-2 Radio, usually on a Thursday at 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern and 4:30 p.m. in the UK over here where I live. So if we haven't met before, how lovely to meet you and a very happy new year. And I was delighted to be invited to take part in the Predictions Day on 1-2 Radio. And I started to think, well, how should I set about doing this? It occurred to me that for me, if you know me and my show regularly, there are many ways to look at the definition of a new year, because being a global civilization, we tend to congregate around this Gregorian calendar new year, but its other new years are available. As you know, if you listen to me regularly, I love to celebrate the Celtic New Year, which is the 1st of November, coming off the back of Samhain on the 31st of October. And that's a time when our ancestors would have celebrated that way, because you had to have put the harvest to bed, you put the land to bed, you'd withdrawn into your home, your hearth and home, to hunker down for the winter. So traditionally that was a new year. Then, of course, if you flip forward a bit, we've got the winter solstice, Yule. That would be another logical place to put a new year, because that is when the sun reaches its nadir or nadir, depending on how you like to say it, the lowest point. And the next day, the 22nd of December, suddenly it's getting a bit lighter again until we head towards the summer solstice. So that can be considered a new year as well. Not forgetting Chinese New Year, which I believe this year is on the 26th of January. They work on a lunar calendar, so it's never on the same day every year. I think it's the 26th this year, and it's, if you're interested, it's the year of the rabbit. Personally, I'm delighted being a rabbit, but that's the new year we're heading for with Chinese New Year. I was curious, so I looked up to see where we would be if we were still on the old Julian calendar and not the Gregorian calendar. So obviously in the Gregorian calendar, it's 2022. If we were on the Julian calendar, we'd be in 2775. And if you were looking at a Buddhist calendar, you would be in the year 2563. So yes, other New Years are available. But that said, we are looking at the new year that is globally celebrated on the Gregorian calendar. So I wondered what I could offer, what insights I could offer you from my perspective and my skills. And it came to me that what I should do is do a 2023 star scope. And star scopes are how I work, and there's a star scope on the front page. If you look at 1-2 Listen, I put my star scopes up there every month, also on my website, angelhandsheal.com. And they are a star layout. It's a layout of cards done in the shape of a star. And they're channeled using an alchemy of astrological signs, tarot insight, and angelic guidance. I'm not an astrologer. I leave that to my amazing esteemed colleagues on 1-2 Listen, but I am fascinated by it, and I most certainly acknowledge the energies of astrology. And it works beautifully with this tarot reading. So in order to channel guidance for each sun sign for the coming year 2023, I picked out my go-to tarot deck, my Angel Wisdom deck, for the main star of the layout. But before I drew these cards, I used another deck to overlight the message, which is something I always do, and it gives it a core focus. And I have a great many decks to choose from, probably far more than any woman needs, but a couple of candidates drew my attention, and in the end I realized my strong connection to Archangel Raphael was going to be the deciding factor. And when I first opened up to working with the angelic realms at the turn of the last century, goodness, that makes me sound ancient. We did an exercise at Angel Boot Camp to discover if there was one archangel that we had an affinity with. And Raphael came in instantly, and I've worked with him ever since. He's the healer. He's the healer's archangel. His color is a luminous emerald green. He works with the heart chakra, helps us make choices, and is also the archangel who helps us with travel. So I asked him to guide us as we prepare to travel forward into the next 12 months. And on my deck, he rides... Oh, gosh, I've got a frog in my throat. Excuse me a second. On my deck, he rides in on a unicorn. He's also got in his hand, his motif is a glowing golden caduceus. That's the legendary staff of Hermes in Greek mythology, or Mercury in the Roman mythology. So therefore, he's also a herald. And he's just the perfect archangel to guide us into the new year. And guide is the word, because when I set my intention to do this, when we are talking about the idea of predictions, the thing about predictions is that they're a slippery fish, because you can set the intention, the prediction, to look at the future. But if we make different choices, if collectively the world makes different choices, the outcome is going to be different. So I always say that I'm doing a reading for a client. Yes, I can look towards where you're heading based on the energy now. But if you make different choices, if you don't like the outcome and make different choices, you're going to end up in a different part of the ocean. So again, predicting for the year, I thought it would be more helpful if I gave us some guidance. So for each sun sign, I've looked at the overall theme and the trigger points, the things we should be mindful about during the year, that then we can choose, if we know that's what's going on, to make our own choices. So this is the guidance, thanks to the archangels, and in particular Archangel Raphael, for the year 2023. And the astrological year, as you know, begins with Aries, but I'm not an astrologer, so as we step into January, I'm going to start right here with Capricorn. So stoic Capricorns should be open to the idea of asking for help when you need it. It's not a sign of weakness to admit that you're feeling vulnerable. In addition, you don't have to endure a situation that has a negative impact on you. So speak up for yourself this year, especially in relationships. Have those difficult conversations. The things that will trigger you are issues of control. Keep in mind that life is rarely black and white. Try to see all sides of a situation. You will also find balance and a more tranquil life if you can acknowledge any grief and sadness and make peace with it. Whatever has gone is in the past. Just release it. You have a whole new year ahead, so try to view the paradoxes of life with a sense of humour. A life of certainties would actually be very dull. So embrace the adventure of a new year with passion and confidence that you deserve the best, and that with that help you're going to ask for, you can have it. Aquarius. Well, Aquarians should start the year with a clear intention to detox. That was the message from Raphael. This is a physical health cleanse if you're feeling you've overdone things with the eating and drinking. However, far more important for you this year is a mental and emotional detox. There's so much potential in your outlook, yet you dwell over lack, over what is not, over who isn't there, over what didn't go right. You can't move forward with those balls and chains around you. So, here's the gem. This is your moment. This is your golden key moment to choose a different way to see and feel about the world and the choices that you can attract your way. This year is all about your intention, determination, and actions to steer your life exactly where you want it to go. Keep your eyes on the road ahead and don't look in the rearview mirror. Pisces, prepare to sow the seeds of balance as your year begins. If last year was too much give and less take, or a scramble to balance finances or situations, perhaps your work-life balance was askew. Well, now is the time to redress this. Meditation is definitely a practice you should cultivate if it isn't already part of your daily routine. If you don't like the idea of sitting, then go for a walking meditation. With all this focus on the practical, don't shy away from listening to your feelings and intuition. They are your best guide to letting you know when you are out of balance. Monitor your equilibrium every day with your mind's keen discernment. The world doesn't have to look like a scary place. When you're in balance, you'll notice as much good as bad. It's all perception. It's all balance. Remember, you are in charge of the scales. Aries, forgiveness is the magic key to your year ahead. The potential for personal growth when you forgive others, fate, and yourself is immense. And it is a personal decision. No one can do this for you. Once you cut the cords and make space, then new friendships and opportunities have room to arise. The triggers that will keep you anchored to the past are notions of blame and debt. And these can be material or emotional. Just let it all go. Who needs that garbage? Your whole focus needs to be on that wishing star of inspiration in front of you and a bright future where life flows. Allow the changes that bring an end to challenging times. 2023 is your year of transformation. You deserve no less than peace and good health. Taurus, the key to your year is listening to your intuition. If something feels off, don't do it. That encompasses things, people, trips, job offers, everything. Even if you've done it before, even if it's the same people saying and doing the same things, you can just say, no thank you, that's not for me anymore. Don't be afraid of the new partnerships, new jobs, new dreams. Home in on how the ideas make you feel. Listen to your heart. This is a huge opportunity to upgrade your life. Look on it as ploughing a field to create fresh earth, and then plant those new seeds and make sure you nurture them with plenty of focus and warm feelings. Gemini. This is a year to connect and value family. And this can be blood ties or your wider family of close friends. Basically anyone who really matters. And in this I include animal companions. If you're worried about health, remember what a miracle a living body is. We have divine ability to heal. Alongside medication, the most powerful healer is prayer and intention. And worry is the worst medicine. So focus on inner power, peace, and forces of regeneration. In fact, in all aspects of life, this is your year to spend plenty of time and give all your focus to your inner world. When you refurbish that, banishing the habit of worrying and painting with all the colours of faith and hope and love, your whole outer life will reflect that and shine. Cancer. The buzzword for Cancerians in 2023 is laughter. It's going to be a busy year business-wise, so you're going to need to keep a sense of humour handy to keep the balance. Although the main focus is on work and entrepreneurship, another aspect to your journey through the zodiac is spiritual. This is as much about you finding your truth and your way of doing things as it is about you finding out what matters to you most. Combine the passion for taking a project or enterprise forward with the knowledge that you have all the skills and you know your industry well. Tap into how you can make a difference in the world and what that looks like to customers, and you will then have the Midas touch. Leo, this may be the year that the scales fall off your eyes and you see the truth of a situation. At the very least, you'll view it from a different perspective. This is an inside job. On the outside, life will offer you choices both in career and relationships. This may trigger some sleepless nights as you fret over how to make a decision. Worry clouds the lens of judgment, so set the intention to explore all aspects and see how you feel about the potential outcomes. Tap into the power of your intuition and follow it. It may feel like you spend a year as a sculptor chipping away at a giant rock to reveal the new person within. It is worth taking your time. Each next step will appear as the work progresses. Virgo, personal expansion is your journey this year. It's time to flex your inner authority. If you've spent the past few years making compromises to appease family, friends, or employers, it's time to take your power back. When people pleasers stop pleasing their people, there can be fallout. But it's your time to put your armour on and stand up for the person you want to become. Once this process begins, you may become aware of opportunities that have surrounded you all along. You just couldn't see them because they didn't fit in with the life you were living. However, once you step into your truth and authority, new doors will open. Just set your intention to become the most loving and trustworthy person you know. And a large part of that is treating yourself with that same respect. Libra, there's an overwhelming message for Libra in 2023. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Did I mention meditate? Your focus, passion, and powers of creativity are all in full driving force to keep yourself going in the right direction and manifest all the wishes that have been put on hold over the past couple of years. You need to remain centered and calm. If new ideas and creative visions seem too far-fetched to manifest, hold tight to the end result. Keep your focus and your eyes on the horizon. The more you develop your intuition and untapped inner gifts, the more the road will reveal itself. Along the way, take time out for self-care. Lots of massages to go with the meditation. Scorpio, this year is going to be busy with lots of organisation to increase your success as you plan the next steps. As you apply structure and discipline to life to address that feeling that last year hasn't been as rewarding as you might like it to be, then tap into your instincts. A good leader in life or business keeps a clear head, an intuitive heart, and a deep desire to make life better for everyone. Beware of juggling too much. Overwork doesn't guarantee success, just burnout. If you work indoors, make plenty of time to get outside into the fresh air and breathe deeply. Sagittarius, as the new year begins, it's time to ring the changes. Clarity is what you need, so expect to find yourself drawn to thinking through a life review. What is working? What needs to go? What is it you may not be seeing if you're looking through last year's glasses? It's a year to take up the reins of willpower and determination and drive your chariot down a new highway. If there was someone in the past, particularly childhood, who rained on your parade, or who told you to settle for a tame and a safe life, or perhaps they implied that you wouldn't amount to very much, it's high time you let that go. You are the star of your life story, not them. They were just the backroom boys. Turn on your power and step into that center stage. So there you have it. Those are my guidelines, or predictions, if you like, for the sun signs for the year 2023 ahead of us. This show should go to the on-demand section, so if you want to listen to it again, if you had to nip out and you missed yours, it will be quite possible to do that. Also, and here's a suggestion, why not go back and listen to it, but listen to the sign for your moon? That would be interesting. That would tell you what's going on inside. And then maybe also listen for your ascendant, if you know your ascending sign as well. That would be that would give you a real triangle of information to work on in the year ahead. Whatever your sign, I hope that the guidance will be helpful to you and that you will have a very fulfilled and happy year. I'm going to get this up onto my on-demand as fast as I can. So if you look on 12radio.com, you'll find it there. Also, you should be able to read it. I'm going to find a way of putting it up on my website, which is Angel Hands Heal. You can hear my brain going round as I'm saying that. I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? Trust me, I'll find a way. So I notice I've got a few minutes left because this show is half an hour. So for how would you like some fun? I've done the star scopes, I've done the star layout. What I have here, I don't know if you can hear it, is my bag of runes. Now I bought my runes early this year and I've been learning the runes. So I'm not an expert, but I think everything works with intention. Whatever you choose as a tool, as long as your intention and your connection to the divine in whatever way you do that is sincere, then I think you will be guided to get answers. So just for fun, I'm going to go through and pull the runes out for next year for each sun sign. So let's have a bag of runes, give them a rattle. I'm going to start this time, I'll do it at the beginning of the astrological signs. Aries, let's have a rune for Aries. I've got one of those. So you have to bear with me because I'm learning these runes. So this rune looks like a little inverted man. It's the rune for harvest. It's a rune for abundance and blessings, particularly investing in yourself and knowing that you'll be rewarded for it and proving yourself. It's also a rune for education. So if you're fancying a course, or maybe you need to learn something to improve or get where you're going, then that would be for you. So let's see the next one out. So here we go, there we are. We had Aries, Taurus. What have we got? A crossroads. It's a balanced crossroads, so that there's a point of balance in this. It's a perfect cross. So it says a way of moving forward. Don't be afraid of moving forward on the current path or a new pathway. Maybe you're going to get to make a major life decision because we have this crossroads, but there's this point of perfect balance in the middle. So that's the message for Taurus. Let's have a Gemini. Give it a rattle. Interesting, Gemini, I've got the same one for you, the harvest, about investing in yourself and abundance and blessings. And I hear the word blessings very loudly when I say that. So the focus for you is on look at the blessings in your life. See everything as a blessing. Frankly, every day we wake up and we're still breathing in bed in the morning is a blessing. It's one denied to some. So count your blessings this year. So Gemini, Cancerians, what have I got? A set of rings that look a bit like the Olympic rings. They're not, because there's 3 of them, but they look, if you've got the idea, the interlinking rings. This is about connections for you. So circumstances that connect people, alliances, teams, marriages, friends, families, combining new elements to create something new. So that's going to be your focus. Cancerians, Leo. What have I got for Leo? It looks like a star. would be my favorite thing. It's a multi-pointed star, and it's called the Star. It's about a gift. This is about wishing upon a star. So it's about going after what you want, your life purpose, inspiration, all of those buzzwords, being yourself, being accepted for who you are. It's about freedom. So enjoy that, Leo. So I'm looking at this because I don't want to run out of time and not do everyone a rune. So Virgo, one that looks like lots of little flowers clustered together. It's actually waves. It's unfurling waves and movement and a deep connection to the spiritual world. Things that can be sometimes out of control, but that's not a bad thing in this context. It's a case of letting go. So Libra, what have we got for a Libra? We have a moon for Libra. We have a lovely crescent moon. So it's about changes, long-term changes that are coming. Hidden agendas or secrets, imagination and intuition, all feminine energies, all those things that go with the moon energy. So we want a Scorpio. Who do I get? I've got an arrow, and I know this is the male arrow. This is men. This is masculinity, the divine masculine. Masculine protective energies, being a provider, being empowered. So use all the best of the masculine. Sagittarius. Oh, this one, it looks like a figure J, but actually it's a scythe. It's about sudden changes. It's about making those decisions, getting past the procrastination, completing something, releasing and moving forward. That is the message for Sagittarius. Capricorn. What have I got for Capricorn? I've got the waves again for Capricorn. And again, Capricorn, this earth energy, we had it before, where you are very grounded and stoic, and the thinker, Capricorn, maybe with the waves, it's time to allow yourself to be tumbled and turned and to enjoy splashing about in life a bit, not so controlled. So Capricorn, Aquarius. Oh, this is a different one. It's an eye. It's got lovely eyelashes, this eye. So what do we need to know? Eyes in plural is this room. This is about psychic abilities. It's about lifting the veil, seeing the truth, focusing on something, or seeing the unseen. That's for Aquarius. So, and quite often you're said to be the blue sky thinking sign. So looking beyond, looking at what nobody else has noticed yet, or doing it a different way. And I just want to finally get Pisces. That one for Pisces I'm feeling in there. Very popular, this rune. Of all the runes I could pull, this one keeps coming out. This is the waves, which for Pisces, being the water sign that you are, would be perfect. A very deep connection to the spiritual world is the message that comes with that. A water sign, deep connection, allowing those emotions to flow and unfurl. So there we go. That was a fun dip into the runes, and I hope that gave you an added perspective for the coming year of 2023. It has been an absolute pleasure to share this with you. There are plenty more shows coming up on 1-2 Radio today that will take different perspectives, and I hope that you will enjoy them all and you will take something different from everything that my colleagues on 1-2 Listen and 1-2 Radio bring to you. So may I take this opportunity to wish you a very, very heartfelt Happy New Year. May everything you wish for come to fruition, and may you leave behind that which no longer serves you. So have a very, very, very happy New Year.